right? And he joins us this morning, I think, from the West Coast. Hey, Ty.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning, guys. Pretty interesting, entertaining conversation. With the mac and cheese.
Well, thank you.
I got a butt in with that one on the onions. I don't know about that one, Curtis.
Believe me, you won't even taste
I don't know
them.
about that one.
No, I don't either.
I'm going to bring it in tomorrow.
yeah?
You guys
Okay.
can decide, and I'll send it to L.A. for Ty to try.
I'll give it a try. Onions in it.
Hey, you cannot be nice, Greg, Wiggy, Coco. If it ain't good, you must clown.
Oh, we'll let
you
it go.
must clown
We
on the
will.
radio.
We will.
Yep, it's going to be a freak-off.
What kind of macaroni you use, Curtis?
Cavatappi, the spiral ones.
Okay, all right.
I do elbows if you prefer. I'm very flexible. But...
No, I like the shells, too. I just trying to get some insight.
Shells, I think, can get a bit messy if stuff gets caught in there and it's not fully cooked. The shells sometimes are
They can
gross.
also disintegrate a little bit more than cavatappi.
I'm a little bit disappointed in you guys that ain't nobody say nothing about like how good vodka sauce is, especially when you're using Corvus vodka. But I'll just throw that out there. But go ahead.
Corvus vodka is too good to have it just cooked off.
Oh yeah, you know what? I got to give my man Chef Nick some love. Colonnade Hotel, Chef Nick Killets, man, he can make some vodka sauce. Man, it's off the chain. I'm trying to tell you. Look, it's like I'm not a chef because I'm a simple guy. Put in some lemonade to keep it rolling. But Chef Nick, he puts it down with the Corvus vodka and make sauce out of it. I'm trying to tell you, it's unbelievable.
I saw a thing last night.
But it's not for cooking though. It's for drinking.
I saw a thing last night on Monday Night Football that looked pretty good. Mac and Sack. It was. Doesn't seem like it seems like Mac Jones and his dream of starting for the Miami Dolphins may have died before our eyes.
He had his opportunity. That thing is gone.
It was a brief.
Hey, where's Garoppolo at, guys? Is he out there somewhere?
I think he's doing porn.
He was suspended.
Jimmy Garoppolo is.
That's a promo.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Ty, where are you today when it comes to Drake May? Like, Wiggy brings it up every day, and what's the delay here? Gerard Mayo, your guy, was on this show yesterday saying that Jacoby Brissett gives this team the best chance to win. Do you feel that way?
I mean, you know what? I'm a believer that you got to let quarterbacks develop. How many times did Jacoby Brissett get sacked? Was it 7 times?
I don't know if it was that many.
No,
It was 5.
Like 5 times.
Yeah.
I mean, check the stats. I think it was more than 7. You got to
7
count them
total.
halves, all them halves.
7 total, because Drake May got sacked twice.
Okay,
Yeah,
7 total.
So 5
Oh,
for yeah.
Okay, so he got sacked how many times and how many passes did he throw? 3, 2 or 3. So you got sacked twice. So you don't want him to be gun shy out there. I mean, he's doing the right thing, playing better. Obviously, you don't have any protection. They need some work on the offensive line. You need some work on the defensive line. You got Aaron Rodgers out there looking like Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. And whatever happened with you to the fundamental thing in football that you must know how to do called tackling. Have you ever seen a worse display of tackling in your life?
No.
Oh, man, I mean, just get in front of somebody. I mean, that was the worst display of tackling. And I'm going at the defense, and I'm a defensive guy because I always want to pat those guys on the back every chance you get, but that was absolutely pathetic as far as the tackling and the effort that goes into it. So I know Gerard Mayo got to be pissed. I don't care what he says as a head coach. Damn it, Gerard, you are pissed being a linebacker known for bone-crushing tackles and making plays to see your team go out there and play like that. That defense was terrible. Damn it, Whitney, let's go try out, man.
Well, let me ask you this, Ty, because Bill talked about it. We obviously have our boy Matt Light on here who talks about it. Practices not being the same, and it shows when it comes to tackling. You're a defensive guy. I could not tackle at all when there was an interception. I was just looking for somebody else to get the tackle before I got my head knocked off. What is it like working on tackling that makes you a better tackler? Is it just something that you either want to do it, or is it? I know there's technique involved, but what do you think the problem is with the sloppy tackling? Do you think it is the lack of, I guess, maybe hitting and contact nowadays versus when we play?
Absolutely. It's the lack of contact. You protect them out there for practices and things like that. But when you go full, I mean, because it's that catch-22. If you don't go out there and tackle, you don't risk getting hurt in practice. We all know that. But you got to go out there and tackle somebody. I mean, if that means your team is not good, you have to do more tackle drills. Plain and simple. You would think, starting from Little League, where, hey, Greg, I played football since I was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. Tackling is a part of the game. You think once you make it to that level, you would pretty much have that little fundamental, very important thing down. Yeah. But obviously these guys don't have it. You know what I mean? And so you're not doing enough. Maybe you're trying to get the team together, get your pieces in there or whatnot, but I just don't understand how you go out there and put out that display. Even from an effort standpoint, Wiggy, I can look at it. Mm-hmm. Effort is terrible.
But that's not that's on the player. Like, you have 14 missed tackles in that game. That you're not saying that's on Gerard Mayo and what they're doing to get ready.
No, I'm saying no. As a coach, you gotta have your guys. If you know they can't tackle, because obviously this ain't the first time you've seen it in this game. So you got to do tackle drills. You got to take it back to the old school. Hey, I don't give a damn if you got to do Oklahoma drills in the pros. You got to tackle because you cannot win in this league without tackling. So, yes, I blame the players, but as a coaching staff, you got to figure out what you can and cannot do. And right now, you cannot tackle. So you have to do more tackle drills. You got to put people in harm's way, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, in practice. In practice, you put yourself in harm's way to tackle. Man, you'll never win like that. I don't care. I mean, he got to be pissed off because he's a defensive-minded guy. Yeah. That was pathetic.
Ty, media members were in the locker room yesterday, and they said that there was a game ball from the win over the Bengals in Week 1 in every single locker. I don't know how we got here.
That's the problem. If that was the case, that's a problem. I mean, if you want to do something for the coach or the first win, you give the coach the game ball, but all the players get a game ball. I mean, you're giving out too many rewards because it's actually your job to go out there and win. So if you do something extraordinary, that's one thing. If you win the Super Bowl, everybody gets a game ball. The AFC Championship, everybody could possibly get a game ball. But this is too early in the season, and everybody is not choosing you to win anything. You go out there and do so. Hey, let's say Jacoby Brissett or whoever else, the head coach. You give him a game ball, but everybody, come on, man. And you wasting value, you wasting money on footballs. Because damn it, everybody deserves it.
From your perspective, from when you played, on to the Kansas City Chiefs for a moment, and the narrative that they get all the calls, the no call on the pass interference on what would have been the Kyle Pitts touchdown. Are they? Is the NFL trying to get these guys to three-peat? Is that what's going on?
I mean, it's a whole lot of speculation. Looks that way, but when you're winning, and it's a part of being the top team, you catch certain breaks. I'm quite sure that when we're playing at times that they might have missed a call on Tom Brady. I don't know, but when you're at the top, when you're the top dog, I think everything is going to be magnified. Every little call. So they're a good football team. They're the team to beat. Of course, would the league like to see that? I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing for the league. You know what I mean? Because, you want the parity. That's why you got free agency and things like that. So, it'd be good for the Kansas City Chiefs organization. But I don't know if that'll be a great business move on the league because we want to see different people out there. Now, if you earn it, that's one thing. So I can't say that it's being, given to them, set up. They're a good football team. And when you're Patrick Mahomes and plays the way he plays, Andy Reid, you might get a break or two, but I don't see as any, shenanigans. I don't think so. Yes, because that's taken away from what the players are putting out on the field. They're just finding a way to win.
Well, I think that the league probably has to do a better job of going both ways with it because listen, I'm an offensive guy, and I think the hardest thing to do is be a defensive guy, especially in pass coverage, because we push. We're always extending our arms as offensive players or giving little chicken wings.
You can't wrap a guy up.
No, I get it. But we're always extending, flippering, pulling a guy. We're always looking for that little bit of an edge. And I know the one you're talking about is definitely a pass interference. But I think there are
definitely a pass interference.
But there are a lot of calls that pass interference on defensive guys that you look and go like, really? Like, and it's got to be hard. I mean, Ty, you've played it. It's got to be.
Man.
I remember, what was it? Sam Madison used to, when the league was different, go, I'm going to go out there and hold, and they're going to miss more than they actually call. But how would you play in this era if you were a defensive back? Would you be a lot less aggressive than when you played, obviously?
No, I would play the same way. Of course, I got to be cognizant of what they're throwing, but I've told the story before that I had a pass when it comes to getting the flag early, so I try to establish that, so being aggressive was my style of play. But, you got to go out there and challenge people, understanding that the rules are kind of swayed toward the offense because of all the Vegas and the fantasy and things. Now people want to see points on the board. It's a business at the end of the day when it comes to the offense. When have you seen a fantasy defense and everybody draft just on defense? It's usually the team, even though I don't understand all of the fantasy stuff. But Vegas, fantasy, that got a lot to do with the game, and that's why you see so many offensive players being able to push off without getting called. They'll get called if it's totally blatant usually, but it'll be tough for me. I probably wouldn't get no check, but of course I had the great Bill Belichick. They say as long as you get a flag early, which I was probably one of the most flag guys out there, guys. I'm telling you, but it was all a part of the play. It was all intentional because I told you I'm gonna try to choke the shit out of you the first play. So Belichick said as long as I do it early, and don't do it on third down, it don't cost the team, then I'm fine. So that was my strategy.
We had to dump out of that. That's $100 to the swear jar.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Wiggy, I'm glad you admitted it to me, because you be pushing off, man. Y'all receivers, man, y'all be getting away with anything, especially, when you got guys big like yourself or strong, fast like T.O., and they push off and give you that little elbows thing. Y'all never get called, man. That's irritating.
Ty, what's the mindset for a player after you get embarrassed on, Thursday Night Football? All eyes are on you on a game like that. And how do they take any positive from that moving forward?
Coco, I don't see what you can take positive. It's going to be a bunch of lowlights in there, the next time you come back in there for the film. And Coach Belichick, as you know, he was the best at them. Oh, my God. Meetings. You talk about, Def Comedy Jam. It was hilarious. And you just hope that you wasn't on there when he had to break you down. But it is no real coaching points there other than we got to learn how to tackle. He needs to go back to the fundamentals, treat them like some Pop Warner kids, and go out there and do Oklahoma drill. Go out there and do tackling, hold their hand, because this is absolutely ridiculous. They didn't look like a good football team. And we're gonna always give credit where credit is due, but we gotta do our jobs. And even though as a former player, I was on both sides of it, the good and the bad, because when I didn't play well, I got talked about. So now I got to talk about them. You're not playing well. Gerard, get these boys ready. I don't think Drake May is gonna go out there and do anything better than Jacoby Brissett.
Oh.
I really don't. But if you want to throw him out into the fire and let him get his feet wet, okay, maybe in a couple weeks, because if you keep playing like that, you're going to be out of playoff contention real early.
Time now for the most entertaining play of the game, brought to you by Apex Entertainment. Experience the thrills at Apex Entertainment in Marlboro.
Mm-hmm. I think it was the Aaron Rodgers.
you keep saying that. We got a pretty good kicker.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. What about
Greg, you got a point. I was saying that. I say, you know what? I think we found a kicker. That's it. I ain't seen nothing else that was exciting, and I know we got to say something, but damn, Apex, we want to do you better, but it's hard out here.
What about the Drake May run on 4th and 8?
Okay, Sean.
Nobody's playing at that point, Sean.
I'm trying here. Hey, I'm just trying to help.
Hey, that's the kind of stuff. That's those yards and plays that you make at the end, and the New England faithful, they will. Drake, look at him. Believe me, everybody at the Jets was already packed in, ready to go, ready to go to the club or whatever they were doing.
Mayo wouldn't even call a timeout to let your guy try to punch it in.
I felt bad for him too, man. Like, they were right there. You should have given him a chance.
Those are like the garbage points Greg got when he played basketball. It's a 40-point blowout. I put the bums in.
Right. Exactly. Hey, that's the kind of stuff, Wiggy, Don't even put me in the game. I look, I might not even go in. You know what I mean? Go to hell, man. They ain't putting me in on that.
All right, Ty Law. Experience the thrills at Apex Entertainment in Marlboro. Ty, great talking to you. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, I'll be there next week. I'll be in studio next week, man. See you guys there.
All right, awesome. We'll see you then.